All right, everybody. Last time on Curse of Strahd, a couple of our friends made had an attempt to make a couple of deals. We had to separate them and go to a little private room, make some short discussions, and at which point they walked into the library of the Amber Temple, where they found a wealth of knowledge. But there's a trick to the knowledge here that everybody can't exactly just open any book and read it for whatever they'd like to read. So they spent a good amount of time in there trying to figure out how to navigate the library and get into the books and figure out this information. And they were making some headway, but they spent a good 20 minutes in here after retreating for the cover of the library, doing some investigation, found a couple of new rooms, and now the party was trying to decide what's the next step. Did I miss anything?
I think that's on
That's
point.
about right.
We were trying to figure out how did we want to get the we were trying to figure out, is Foxman the actual Eyes of Nethys himself, or was the statue it? Because that's what holds the sword, right?
Right.
We were just kind of trying to discern which one was which, basically.
Did we like detect magic on him? To see if there's like a sword-shaped magic source inside it or something.
I mean, I guess we could just say Eliana's got that sucker pinging constantly as a cantrip.
Yeah.
So I guess you can just kind of always assume she's got that going, honestly. Just magic radar coming off of her.
I mean, if you're using detect magic in this room, like you're being completely overwhelmed. There's so much magic in this room that I mean, you're picking up conjuration, you're picking up necromancy, you're picking up abjuration, you're picking up evocation. It's pinging all over the place, and I mean it's on the furniture, it's on the guy, it's on the Eyes of Nethys himself. It's on the walls, it's on the doors. Like, you see it everywhere. Like, you'd practically be overwhelmed with all the amount of magic that you're seeing in this room.
What is the highest, the source of the highest level magic? Because at her level, she would be able to discern that. It would be, let's see, imprecise, and so she doesn't learn the exact location, but she can narrow it down to a 5-foot cube.
And that 5-foot cube you'd be looking at would be the Eyes of Nethys.
Foxman himself.
Phistopheles is his name.
Phistopheles.
Phistopheles.
Do you share that with anybody, Ileana?
Yeah. She does kind of point out, because did the party discuss the sword? I'm sorry if I'm forgetting that. Like, did they actually bring that up?
I mean, we were at least discussing it out of character at the end, so it would make sense that we were like, that's what we're trying to accomplish here. So I think it would make sense that our characters were discussing it.
Okay, and yeah, I guess within the framing of that conversation, she would kind of bring up that Phistopheles. Is that correct? Phistopheles?
Yeah.
Is kind of this, she's kind of, she definitely points out, the whole place is magic. It's tough to discern really anything, but the highest source, of course, is coming from our friend here. What that means, I couldn't tell you.
I guess you say that, Illy, but do you know of celestials or any other magical type beings registering like that for your detect magic?
DM, what should I roll to know that? I don't know.
Your detect magic wouldn't detect magical entities. It detects magical items and magical spells.
So if, I guess, again, Soleil's posing this to Ileana for Ileana to think about, but like, would an entity that is under the effect of a spell register for detect magic? You know what I'm saying? Like, if someone has invisibility on them, can you essentially kind of find them with detect magic? If someone's enlarged, do they fucking... You know what I'm saying? Like, is it
That's actually a pretty interesting question.
You know,
I never really
yeah,
thought
it's
about
like,
that.
is it because he has magic shit on him? Is it because he's gone through this drastic change that he's become like this, you know, all-knowing scryer type motherfucker? I guess Soleil sort of posing the question, Ileana, like, how or why would that be happening?
So I guess just going by the spell itself, she doesn't get any more information other than the presence or absence.
Yeah, I would
Um,
assume like that. It would be like an Arcana recall knowledge type shit, not something that you would
yeah,
get.
something extra to at least try to discern it on her own. But from the spell alone, she wouldn't know. She would just know there's magic, what kind of magic, and the strongest source of it. And that's at least on the surface all she could tell. If there's extra information that can be gleaned from that, it'd have to be from a roll, I imagine, Levi, if that's what you're.
That's
If
where
that's
my
what
head
you're
was going, was like, with a high enough Arcana roll, being that Ileana's pretty much trained her whole life at a major college to get to this level of knowledge. I think she would have a more intimate connection with the detect magic than most people would.
Sure. We'll give it
I'll give you
the
some
old college
guidance
try.
on that too.
Yeah. Throw the old guidance on there. Good start.
That's a very good
We'll
start.
take those after last week.
So with a 34 on that roll, you have a very keen sense that the robe that he's wearing is the magic that you're sensing.
Okay. Yeah, she shares that. That, as far as I can tell, it seems to just be the article of clothing. There could be multiple instances of more magic on him. That may just be the strongest source of it. So,
Is can Soleil like look at the article of clothing and see if is there like any runes on it, or is it just a plain cloth? Is there anything that we could like identify it by?
So give me a perception.
I would love to.
We've already asked the question where the sword is, right?
I think that's
That's how
where
we came
our,
to the eyes of Memphis.
Yeah, I think his response was
yeah, they were like in the eye. He said it. He said
Yeah.
they were in the eyes of Nethys. Yeah.
yeah.
Did we ask Christophilus like if it was in the statue?
I'm pretty sure we did. Basically, from what I remember, he was not being very forefront with like.
He was being
He was speaking
just like he was
in
about the
bullshit.
books. Like, you're not gonna understand. I can
Yeah.
tell you. You're not gonna
I'll tell you, but
understand.
you're kind of an idiot.
Get some more wrinkles first.
Yeah.
More wrinkles in those brains first.
I
All
wonder
right, with the 22 roll, I'm sorry. You're looking at the robe, and I mean, it's a nice looking robe. It has like a amazing level of patchwork on it that it has individual shapes, like you see, like you know how people have a pair of Crocs and there's gibbets on the Crocs.
Sure.
Like he almost has like gibbets like sewn into this robe that he's wearing, and there's like little things like boats and swords and just all types of. It looks almost like a mural on his robe that kind of tells a story.
Is there any? Oh, obviously, I apparently didn't see it very well. Is there any sort of like sigils or something like that I can think about religiously, or maybe help someone with society try to See, or is it just like bullshit? You know, map legend. Fucking, this is a boat and this is a house, and you know what I'm saying?
I mean, there are some particular articles on his dress. Like, you've seen Game of Thrones, right? And Game of Thrones, like,
Yeah.
the high scholars always wear like different levels of metal to kind of let you understand their different level of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like, he has pieces of meteorite and he has pieces of adamantine and mithril that are like hanging on this bandolier across his chest. Like,
So he's like a Boy Scout in Nethys.
he's very well studied and very well versed. You would assume by looking at his robe.
Is this like I'll tap Illy and ask her, like, it seems as if everything that has to do with his clothing sort of represents a layer of knowledge that he's gained. Is this something you're familiar with in your schooling?
Is she?
And again, with the 34 Arcana, like, the time that you spent in all the colleges you've studied, like, most of your instructors would be like a mithril level, you know what I'm saying? And anybody that study beyond a mithril would advance to adamantine, and then beyond adamantine is like meteorites and other unknown like metals that, you know, just haven't been technically named because they've been around but no one really knows what they are. He has those metals like at the top tier, like over by his shoulder, and like they stack downward.
Okay, so like this sort of ornamentation is something she's seen before. She like, her instructors would have had that kind of deal.
Yes.
Okay.
So again, like, he's 3 levels higher than any instructor that you've ever seen, according to his rankings stack, like on his bandolier.
Okay.
Is that
she would
something
actually-
you have to like get presented? Like, do you earn that at some college and they're like, here you go, you've achieved fucking mithril level? Like, I'm guess, like, where the fuck would he get that shit? You know, like, did he come here with that, or is he? I guess,
She was
can
just about to ask
Ileana look
that.
at it like specifically and see that it's like legit, or potentially he tried, like, he did it himself? I guess it doesn't really matter. It's interesting.
So Ileana would know that, like, you know, once you graduate a mage's college and you go off on your own studies, like, you're awarded mithril. So Ileana herself would be awarded mithril. And until you come back to the college with a vast amount of information beyond what they know at mithril, they don't award you the next level up. So he's gone to somebody that's smarter than he is and achieved that meteorite level. So
so she would actually ask him, your like, what, like, is there a name for these like adornments that they would like kind of refer to each other with?
I like gibbets.
No,
we'll go with gibbet for now.
Oh god.
Oh
Hold on.
no.
I'm gonna come up with something better than that. That's trash. There can't be croc levels of knowledge.
Until we get the official name, she'll kind of.
I was gonna call them callisons, but
That's fine. Don't do it for me. I just
I
thought
like
it'd be
gibbets.
funny.
I like gibbets.
She will ask him, did you receive your gibbets when you before you came to Barovia?
He says, I've received mine from the powers that be.
The powers that be in Barovia, or the powers that be outside of it? This is not a hard question to answer. I imagine I can understand it.
If you understood it, then you'd already know.
You are a real piece of work, sir.
Facts.
Little. And what's the? Can she kind of determine, like, how old the gibbets look on him? Like maybe what's the, like, the whatever the, like, the highest one is. Like, what is the, like, sort of age of it is what I'm trying to ask, I guess.
Oh, okay. Well, you
How
would
old
know.
is meteorite gibbet?
Can we just?
I would say
That's what we're asking.
you would know that mithril is practically ageless. Like, there's no carbon
Alright.
dating mithril. You know what I'm saying? So
Let
anything
me-
above
let me-
mithril you wouldn't be able to guess. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't even be able to carbon date it, like type deal.
Let me rephrase the stuff holding it, like the necklace itself, the material holding it, is what I'm literally really more looking at. See, like, is it frayed? Does it look new? Does it look aged?
You would know that most mages that do choose to wear their robes take very good care of their adornments, their gibbets. So his is in pristine condition.
Okay.
Muted dog.
Merit totems.
Dog, you're talking, you're muted.
Out of character. Is this like the Amethyst Academy?
Very, very close to it.
Okay.
I feel like we should just steal Game of Thrones fucking chains instead of croc gibbets.
Sure, I
I'm
like
sorry, but hearing Illy be very official with it, chef's kiss.
I can't,
that. Was that the clincher?
Please no crocs in Strahd. I can't. Not here.
No gibbets.
Is it gibbets or gibbets? Is it a gif or a gif? Which one is it?
Oh no! Oh no! We'll be here for the next hour.
I'm not up on.
I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and log out, guys.
Call me when we get to the game.
All right, so
I want to ask him, like, would you be able to get us back to the statue?
it's just within my capabilities, but would you be able to handle what's outside the door?
No.
Tell us what is outside the door.
I mean, we seen it. We saw them, the amber statues, and those
Bunch of
motherfuckers
angry-
smack hard and will petrify you.
The angry golems.
Is there any way we can see if they've returned from whence they came? It's very D&D.
How far up? How? I don't recall how far the stairs are.
What your perception and reality of the stairs is 30 feet. But in actuality, unmeasurable.
Yeah, we're in heaven right now, dog. This is a different plane, probably.
Let's go.
The stairs at the statue.
Well, the stairs were on the... So, like, where we're at is the second floor. We came up the stairs from below. That level was on the same level as the stairs of the statue. So if we go down from this room and exit through the wall that we came in with this motherfucker, we would be on the same level as the statue stairs. If I remember.
Right, but what I'm trying to estimate is if he opens the door, can I run up the stairs, possibly find this sword, grab it, and run back in to close the door before any of them can react?
Maybe.
We know that there are golems here. What other creatures are here besides golems and flying skulls?
Well, you already know of the Lich.
I could make you fast too, brother.
Do we have a lich as well? I assume the lich was you, honestly, but what else is in this temple that we need to?
He almost scoffs at you. He's like, "Do I look like a Lich to you?" And like he adjusts his robes.
Fortunately for you, no, you do not look like a lich. But I assumed that you were the lich speaking to us. So there is another creature here. What else is here that we need to be aware of?
There are other mages who failed test of knowledge and lost their sanity along the way.
Okay. Are they bound here, or they choose not to leave?
That is beyond your understanding.
Of course it is. Do you know how many golems there are that we need to be aware of? Were there more than the ones that we saw?
There are 4 noted, but there's another one that is not of our make.
Would that be of the Lich? Or of one of the other mages that went insane?
Could be both.
So we have 5 golems that we need to be aware of. We have
If
a
you
Lich.
made 4 of them, can't you just turn them off?
I didn't create those beings.
You said we.
We as in the whole of the Amber Temple.
I mean, you implied some ownership, but you wouldn't understand that.
He like takes his glasses that are like at the end of his nose and like pushes them up like,
Definitely get a chortle out of Ileana as she's looking at the books.
Honestly, I like the idea of bringing them in a tight, confined space, utilizing the door to close if we need a moment of reprieve, and then rinse and repeating it until we have, the opportunity to move about the area and to go and check the statue that Fistophilus was in. That is my idea. Plus, I would like to see Messiah fight them.
We are at the loss for better ideas, but I do need a rest if we are to proceed with such a plan.
Of course. It was quite a tiring situation. And we must be quiet, of course, from what Fistophilus said. Below us, there is something that probably sleeps. I say we make watch, eat rations, and call it a night.
So Levi, over the course of, if we don't do anything else over the night, is there any, I don't want to meta too hard, but I also don't want to like keep burning up time. Is there any other information she could glean from the library here that's like pertinent, I guess? And I could roll if that's needed to kind of find that out. I don't want to keep throwing out guesses and burning out time.
I was like, there's one fast way to get the information you need.
He's not
Don't
taking
do
your
it.
deal, bro.
I just got back. Don't do it, Illy.
Pretty sure
Take your deal.
make sure to open his ass up.
Said no,
Dimitri,
Levi.
Dimitri, the player, wants to do that, but Illy would not do it. He would not
Okay.
do it.
I'm definitely not running a good guy campaign right now.
Too bad I didn't come here with Jamira. She'd have taken that deal immediately.
Jeez.
All right. So if you were to spend another good like 4 or 5 hours in here, you might be able to pick up some knowledge. You might be able to copy down some spells or anything that you want to add to your spell book.
Okay, and I'll give myself the fatigue condition just like in trade for that, if that works for you.
Okay. So anything that's of your level spell-worthy, you can add like 4 or 5 spells to your spell book that you don't already know.
Okay, of any spell levels that I do know.
Yeah, any spell levels that you're capable of understanding.
Okay.
Any spell?
Any
I
spell.
assume
that he
within
can
tradition.
There's some good spells out there.
Yeah, there's a lot.
And when you say that he could cast, do you mean like arcane list?
Yeah, I mean he's wizard champion, right?
Yeah, so she would really only be able to cast within. Actually, no, she got the cleric.
Yeah, so you can anything that's divine or arcane.
Yeah, she got the cleric dedication, but she can only cast cleric divine cantrips. So I would say
Oh, okay.
she couldn't like cast actual spells of that level, of a higher level. I mean,
Well, you have access to the divine list.
Yeah, but she doesn't have first level divine spells though. So to me, the fairness,
That's what you said. It had to be her level.
Yeah,
like
she
to
has
me,
to be able to. She has to be capable of already casting.
yeah.
She
So to
can't-
me, that just says arcane is how I read that.
Yeah, so basically,
a good amount of spells.
the method that you guys came up with for copying the spells is like, you put down the piece of paper, you do a pencil rubbing of it before it disappears off the paper, and then you basically make a copy of that copy that you made. So, I mean, it takes more time than it usually would to copy down a spell, but you're still able to do it.
For sure. Yeah, like I said, I put the fatigue condition on her, and I'll just look through spells for a minute.
The irony of her being like, I have to rest.
You're right. that is just very relaxing for her. She's having a great time.
Does anybody else want to do anything while they're here in the library?
We said there was like the lich door, right?
Yeah, you guys did start exploring this area and found out that there's another room here, but there's also a chest that was 30 feet, like on the ceiling facing downward. And you guys decided not to investigate that further.
I'm gonna rest up against that door. That way, just in case something does happen, I'm the victim of what comes through.
All right.
What time of day is it actually at this moment?
Remember, everything that's transpired since you guys came in here, it's only been about a half hour.
That's what I'm saying. So like, are we? Was that? I can't remember. Did we start this like early in the morning and then started working our way in?
Yeah, you guys started early in the morning because it was like break a day. I was asking you guys what your morning routines were.
It's probably
Sweet
like
Lord.
8 or 9 o'clock in the morning.
Did we already burn through? Yeah, we burned through some stuff.
There's a lot going on in that that half an hour.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we only got 4 more elixirs of life. Like honestly, like I can't go to Ileana and just. How are you feeling at the moment? Can you continue, or do you need plenty of rest?
Plenty, if we are to, depending on what we are to face down there, it would be better to be at full strength, no?
Oh, I agree. I was just curious as to, I guess, depleted in your mana, whereas that I was curious about.
We could certainly continue, but it would be
What you doing?
potentially tougher.
You noisy.
I'm amenable.
No, please. I think resting would be the best thing for you to do.
Is there rules against like resting like back to back in a day? Or do
No,
we
it's
just
just
like
to the DM on what he wants to do to us.
I was gonna say you guys are able to rest, but remember curses are amplified here, and you guys already got through one round of curses.
that's right. That was the hesitation on that.
And that's part of the reason why I felt like the
And you guys haven't gotten any additional silver, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think we left it in the cart. Is that right?
You're muted again, CJ. Still muted.
Man just needs to have a push to talk button.
Hey, legit. I think we were just gonna put all the swords in the belly of Lucia as she slept.
Harsh, bro.
Harsh, bro.
I'll hold Birdman.
You did it before.
Yeah, like part of me is all like, if we kind of need the manacles.
I mean, you did do that silver sheen potent potion before, where like you pump some into them, but I don't know if you have any extra silver sheen left.
I could make a batch now, and I can make 2 of them. And that's the only thing I can think of. We do that, we pump them up, and we tie them down. But then realize we lose 2 of our people for our watch. Like they gotta be bound, and then not only that, we have to watch Fistophilus as well.
To be honest, I'm pretty good on like resources, spells wise
I
and
know
shit. So
Ileana's our defense.
yeah,
I
I'm
mean-
just saying if Illy's at like, I don't know, 60% or something, it still might be worth pushing.
Going through. I mean, that's where I'm at. If we want to push, I don't mind.
Yeah,
There's some of the stronger. Yeah, she'd be fine. She'd be fine, I think. Yeah, she's like at 60%, I'd say.
Because I guess
Um,
overarching goals, like what the fuck we want to do, is get the sword, and then
get the hell out.
Soleil wants to slay the fucking lich.
Yeah, I about to say Masquerade wants
No.
to kill the Lich.
I agree with you.
But
Ileana's
I think the
fucking-
order of ops is get the sword first, so that we might have higher offense.
Useful.
Yeah.
And then before we even fight that thing, it behoove us
Yeah.
to rest then.
Right.
Then
I think
can
we get the
focus
sword
on
if we
my-
can, and then rest after that and deal with what happens in the night, and then hopefully get out of that pretty unscathed, and then try to go after the lich.
and also, Illy learned that cozy cabin spell last time, so we can.
Which
'Cause how tall is it?
would be an interesting conversation to have if it's in a different plane or not, and whether or not the curse fuckery would happen there versus if we were just sleeping in the temple. Time
Yes,
to read the
20
spell.
It's 20 feet on each side and 10 feet high. It's actually not that big in terms of space. We could cast it in, not in this space, but like maybe in the more open area.
I guess it's
Like,
not like
you might as well just go
the-
outside and do that.
I'm thinking of more like the fucking 5e1, where you can like basically open up a, put it on the fucking wall, and it's almost
Like a portable hole.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. It's like a portable hole. This is just basically you make a cabin. I think it's
Yeah.
it's still in the same.
Yeah, it
Shit.
sounds like you're thinking of like rope trick.
Yeah, you're either thinking of rope trick or Liamon's tiny hut.
I think it's the tiny hut one.
But isn't
Yeah.
Tiny Hut just like a little portable cabin too? Like a magical cabin?
Yeah, Liamon's tiny hut is like a dimensional space where, like, the people on the outside can't see inside, but the people on the inside can see outside, and then you also can like pass through the wall, but the people can't pass through from the outside in.
I got a question for Fistophilus. Are you willing to help us with the lich?
That was his friend, wasn't it?
I can't help you with him.
Are you willing to help us with the mad mages?
I can't help you with them either. They're the Amber Temple.
Okay, and then obviously the golems you are not willing to help with because they are at the Amber Temple. Will we have to worry about
Maybe
you?
you're not so hard to understand.
No. Will we have to worry about you if we deal with the golems?
They are the Amber Temple.
So we will have to worry about you. And she starts to load up her crossbow.
And Fistophilus doesn't seem like he's worried about it. Like, he's just looking at you load the crossbow. He's like, you're in the Amber Temple.
I understand that.
As long as you understand.
And then I kind of look at the rest of them. He is the Amber Temple, and he is not. And she starts taking steps back. And he is obviously not going to be of any use.
Scratch that. He'll open the wall for us, which is of great use. Because we don't know
What
how
about
to
the
do
riddle
that.
part, though? Real quick. Since we're in the Amber Temple, are we part of the Amber Temple as well now?
You are inside the Amber Temple. You are not part of it.
Can I do a recall on the wall and the magics that he used, or the occult energies that he used to open it and close it?
You could if you'd like. Roll occultism or arcana. With a 26 roll, you remember the spell and incantation, but you don't remember the somatic like hand gestures he was making.
Is there? I'm gonna take the fatigue back since we're not doing the resting, and I'll take the spell that I had to put on there off as well. That phrase that he's saying, like of the Amber Temple, has that phrase come up in any of the books that Ellie's been looking at, or is that even like a phrase she's like heard before?
You haven't heard that phrase before, no. Not since you've been in Barovia.
Okay. Can she discern if there's a? I guess she'll just ask. How does one become part of the Amber Temple?
First, you have to achieve the knowledge.
The level of knowledge you have, yes.
He kind of like rubs his little meteorite symbol.
Are the powers that be in the temple that grant that?
They are.
Is the Lich the power that be?
He is not.
Let's see. Have we? She's sorry, I'm looking at the map. Because we haven't gone to the basement yet. Right, there's a crypt underneath.
The crypt yet?
Correct?
You guys were in the lower level, yes.
But there's a level below that, right? Wasn't there a crypt? Or am I thinking of something else?
There was a crypt, yes. But it's not a level lower. It's on the level that you guys just left.
Oh, I see.
And you would have gotten that from the chicken scratch map that Anesthesia drew.
Yeah, so she would ask, are the powers that be below on the first level?
Yes. And no.
Of course.
Did anyone else see the somatic things that he did when he opened the door?
We can figure that out in a second. If we are to progress, we may need to interact with these so-called powers that be.
I believe that we are going to do that regardless of his help or not.
Right, I'm just trying to get what information I can from him before we proceed.
I feel like in real life, like Dr. Nike, like hearing you say that is like, she's like, he is not giving us any information. Like we're going around in circles. It
I'm
feels
just kind of confused why, like, the golems and everything, if they're part of the temple and he's part of the temple, why are they attacking him? Or
They weren't attacking him; they were attacking us.
Well, would they have attacked him as well, though?
But he was
Like, why
worried.
didn't he
He
just
was
call
like,
them
"We gotta
off?
get
Why
out
did
of
he
here."
open the door? Yeah, like he was worried. We gotta get out of here.
I don't know.
Like, is he slipping? Like, or is is what's out beyond this room darker energy that he's
Because I
sensing?
mean, he was
and-
worried about shit. He was trying to be quiet. And he was fucking, trying to get us up here to where we're safe. Like, so there's been multiple occasions of him fearing the other things.
All right,
Was
I'm
that
gonna be
him?
the bad guy.
Or was that him feeling the lich or the mad people?
I don't know, but I'm gonna ask him in the most polite way with the tip of my sword next to his throat. Give me the answers I seek. No.
Oh,
And then he just kind of takes two of his fingers and like slides your blade off to the side. He's like,
Wait,
I've
here to point
answered
it.
every question you've given me.
I'm here to point it.
You're burning that early.
Give me something.
And again, he does the same thing. He like takes your blade and pushes it to the side. He's like, I'm answering every question you've asked me.
Not really. Well,
we
I'd say
give him a book and make him
yeah.
think it's something, and Ileana looks over his shoulder. Can Ileana see over his shoulder if he starts reading a book?
Say that again.
If we were to give him a book and start asking him to read out of it, would Ileana be able to look over his shoulder and see everything that he's seeing? Or seeing?
Well, we've already kind of discerned that it's basically Braille. That's how you can get the information out of the book. So looking over his shoulder wouldn't accomplish much.
That'd be faster though.
I mean, we know that he says he's part of the temple. Like that means something. Like that's either a prerequisite for something or a specific, like,
Prisoner.
not passphrase, but like sort of a passphrase. What we need to determine what that means, essentially, as far as I'm concerned. Like, what does being a part of the Amber Temple mean? Because that may be the key to getting the sword. Because he doesn't seem too concerned with any violence you're trying to do against him. So, like, continuing in that direction is going to be just as fruitless.
Yeah.
I guess back
don't
to
know.
Masquerade's point, do we just use him and see if he'll open a door for us and go get the sword? Will he help us get the sword?
I mean, I think, like, trying to figure shit out, we're kind of at a dead end, so potentially we should at least cross off the potential that the sword's sitting in the fucking statue,
Right.
But
At
I'm
least we
trying
could
to-
do that and be like, okay, it's either there or it's not. And if it's not, we rush back in here and try to safe up, and then we can, pursue other leads to figure out. Okay.
Can Masquerade do a recall knowledge of when he dove in and like when running, did he get like a snapshot of the room and the stairs and everything because he went in through the top of the statue, right? If I remember.
You did?
So like can he do like obviously it would be a high DC, but regardless, could he attempt a recall knowledge to see what he remembered while he was like dive in, ran down all the way down to the base to get to Fistophilus? And I'm reaching here for you, but it's and that's if you want to.
I think I asked that the last time.
We were told the sword's in there. Masquerade ran right past it.
I mean, he said it's in the eyes of Nethys, and that's
Yeah.
where we're getting hemmed up, because he calls himself the eyes of Nethys.
Yeah,
I know, but then 2 weeks ago, we were actually told that it was in the statue. Masquerade ran right past it.
Were we told that? Damn.
That's what I remember too.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
I think I said you ran past the room.
Are you going to be?
Yeah, I don't remember you running past the sword. Otherwise, we would have been thinking about this shit for like an hour.
Right. That's why I'm asking for the recall. Like,
So
so
there's only one room that we didn't touch.
Well, and if I remember right, I think because Cal brought it up last time, And I think we kind of determined, like, because he was just kind of moving quick, like, that it wasn't really like a thing that he would have been doing because he would have been focused on grabbing Fistophilus.
I mean, again, I think the best situation would be for me to just run back up there real quick and try to run back down, see what I can see or whatever the case may be, and get back in the door. I mean, worst case scenario, I get stuck out there, and well, they can't catch me. So
Yeah, the only thing is like we literally.
I mean, you're pretty stealthy.
We got in and out of here through threat of violence to this guy, so I'm assuming we have to threaten him again to open it. And
I mean, he said he would open it.
Did he? I missed that too. If he said he'd open, then let's just go.
Yeah, I just asked him.
He did say he'd open it for you.
Yeah, let's just
Really open it when we come back.
Who do we trust to keep this motherfucker under wraps more than Masquerade, though? You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, all of you guys here, with me going there, I mean, he's not going to doom himself with all of you guys there if he just closes the door behind me.
This motherfucker, my only argument for that is he probably has means to get away from us, unlike a grapple from Masquerade. I don't think any of us could, like, latch on to a motherfucker like Masquerade can. You know?
What if I sit on it?
Teleport.
I think Illy's close, actually. She got pretty high athletics.
Yeah, I'm guessing he doesn't have a teleport because he probably would have done that. But I mean,
we may just have to take that gamble.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, you guys are stuck in a safe place, and I'm out there.
Running for your life.
Right.
Yeah,
again,
I mean, fuck it, let's do it, man.
If there's one of us that is built to run for their life, it's me.
And I'll right before we open the door, I'll put haste on you.
She will actually put something else. You say, "All right, for you who claims to be a dragon, it's time to fly like one." And she'll actually put fly on Masquerade when we get to the door.
Yeah.
Oh, smart. All right, let's. You guys are gonna leave the library, right? Because it's a separate map for you guys to go back to the other floor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's pop back over there.
Boxes might be gone.
Everybody's token is still here.
Yeah, I see. So moving to the door over here. Excuse me.
He's still telling us to be quiet down in here.
What was in here again that when I saw it, Levi?
You saw piles and piles of things.
I am going to ask of one request before we leave as well. Can the Queen of the Wolves give us a little inspiration?
I can definitely try. I can for sure give you inspiration. We can try and make it linger.
Take any buffs I can get before I go out there solo.
Inspire! Inspire!
There's some real BG1, Baldur's Gate 1 pre-buffing going on.
The fact that you're like immune to fire definitely helps your case.
She has the most crackhead energy.
The courage will for sure stick for however 4 turns, however we're playing that. And so will your defense. So you are fully inspired both courageously and defensively.
Right, we all are.
All right.
I mean,
Right.
everybody is. Good stuff.
All right, son of dragons, it is time to soar.
Let me put all this boost on myself before I walk out here.
I'm watching the business really quick.
I can't wait for this motherfucker to run up the tower and there'd be nothing there.
Just stack this dude up super hard for no reason.
So funny.
That's fine. It's giving me a nice nostalgia boost from all the pre-buff.
Yeah.
Does anyone have a torch? My
Yeah.
brother has been the light.
I have a torch. I also have that cloak that will help you with invisibility.
Pretty sure.
Cloak of invisibility.
Not like invisibility.
The whole time.
I've used it before.
Right. I was like, what's
Used it
that?
before.
Yeah, he's used this one before.
For your stealth checks.
Yeah, I remember him using this before for sure.
But I
I
want
do
it
give
back.
this too.
I want it back.
Yes.
You already got a crown.
That's on loan, bro. It's on
You
loan.
can't die because I want this back.
All right. As he opens up the door or whatever, I do want to use stealth to go out and try to go across, just to make that known before we actually do anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, give me a rundown of how this goes down, because I don't want to go through all the like squares and like this happens and this happens and this happens. Like, give me a rundown of how you're gonna execute this, and we can just role play it.
So I'm assuming I'm standing at the bottom of the stairs while everyone else is standing towards the top. Since we've already known them to do fireballs and everything, I don't want anyone else to be really within that range to be hit by that. And then as the door opens, I am going to essentially just kind of drop low and peek out, do a perception check, and try to sneak across to the statue and back up that staircase. And once I enter that, I'm just going to use that fly speed and just fly towards the top. And once I get towards the top is when I will light the torch to see if I can see anything.
All right, and you have 45 feet of movement, right?
Correct. And I've been hasted, so I got 4 actions.
Copy that. So you have more than enough movement to get that done, all in one turn, over the course of 6 seconds. So perception, stealth, perception, and then stealth on the way back, or on the way back you're just trying to get back as fast as possible?
If I see if that's where the sword is, then I'll grab that sword and then stealth back.
All right, so I'm looking at five rolls here. So first, we'll start with the stealth roll. The first one is very simple because it's dark. You're very stealthy. On that one, I only need a 25, which I think you already have. Just plus, right?
I have a plus 20.
Okay. So success. Cool. The next one's perception. And this one's a low end perception, 25. You're in the dark. You got to make sure that you see them, they don't see you. All right, so we got
0 point that.
All right.
So is he like running around with a torch trying to be stealthy?
No,
No, he
No,
hasn't lit the torch yet.
I haven't lit the torch.
he's gonna light it at the top.
Gotcha.
All right, so we got 2 passes.
Wait, lizard dudes aren't dark vision?
No,
So you're on the ground like low like a lizard, right? And you skitter out there. See that these guys aren't paying
Hold on.
attention. You've got the statues and the heads floating around.
He's already. Is the torch already lit?
No, it's not.
No,
lighting
he hasn't lit the
top.
torch yet.
Because I could just make you dark vision elixir if you want, so they really don't see you.
That seems like a nifty buff to have in this situation.
Yeah, we could just retro that and say that you gave me dark vision.
So,
Kimo will use 2 stress points to have a flashback. That
well, yeah, that's all because I was reading it and y'all were talking about torches, and I was like, wait, let me look at my stuff. So I would have to do a quick alchemy, so I'll lose a batch of one of my things, but just so you could have that elixir.
That's if Levi's good with that.
I'm good with it.
Yeah,
You're using resources. It works for me.
I'm definitely using all my resources for it. So, that's what
All
it
right,
is.
so-
So you can have it. You have it for an hour.
So you already have the fly. So you fly up, and these guys haven't noticed you. You're super stealthy because that stealth roll was good. And you make it into the head, right? And you're looking around, and you see a bunch of different vials, and like you're looking for a sword, right? But you don't know what sword you're looking for. So this one is a more difficult perception roll. So we're gonna need a 30 plus.
Levi, just so you know, I burned my alchemist fire batches for it,
Copy that.
so I don't have those anymore.
Can I give him my hero
I-
point?
Right.
Grab all
Well,
the
what I'm
swords.
gonna
Grab them all.
say is if I take a little bit more time to just search around stealthily, and that lower the DC.
Or if
Definitely.
I could pray to Saren Ray and use my hero point for him to roll that again.
I mean, we can do both. I'll take my time and reroll.
All right. Take your time. We'll give you the reroll. Give me the religion roll for Saren Ray.
I want to hear the
Do
prayer
that.
first.
Can we
Yeah,
can we make that?
I'd love
can
to
we
hear
make
this
that-
prayer.
Can we make that interesting as far as the Saren Ray? Like, we kind of got that brotherly link where we both kind of reach out at the same time.
Pros rolls. 25.
I would say if you guys were closer to one another, like when you guys are in the same room, I feel it. You're in the head of the statue. He's in the hallway back here, right?
That's true.
Prayed upon him when
Brother,
he
do
was
you
still here.
read me?
Twin powers activate.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give you a failure. Right now you're at 2 passes, 1 failure. You got 2 more to go. And we just want to do better than we do worse, right? So you spend some extra time in here, and you're kind of rifling through everything in here. You're doing it quietly as you can. So at this point, give me another stealth. We want to make sure that the ruckus you're making up there doesn't alert these guys down here.
We're a motherfucking ruckus.
Yo.
Hey,
Unheard of.
Bruh.
You are the fucking man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he is the shadow.
Yeah,
You are the shadow.
radius of the dragon. Man.
So this is your last perception check. And right now, if you fail, not a good thing. But this is another 30 plus. We want to pass this one, so you find the item.
Calvin,
Shadow
we
dragon.
want to pass this one, okay? Make sure you pass it.
I used my hero point with the power of love.
The power of friendship.
Nope, this is the power of love from Dr. Nikea. She's giving him good vibes from a distance. So he can
I'll
have-
give it to you because you rolled a nat 20 on that last one. Like nobody's even aware that you're in this room at this point.
hero point.
You got advantage on this last one. We gotta beat a 30.
Can I use a power to give myself triple advantage?
Triple advantage, that's not even a thing.
It's like
I was
elbow
gonna say-
accuracy, bro.
What ability is this?
Well, then I don't need to give you any love. You can do it yourself.
Triple. I get to roll 3 dice.
Well, you already get the +1 bonus to the roll on top of it being fortune. So,
well, that was only if they're outside.
oh, it's
They
out.
can't see the stars. Yeah.
He
All right,
sees
let's
the
tri-
stars in his mind.
Let's triple it up.
I don't
3
know how you
ones,
do
bro.
it.
It's gonna be 3
Roll
ones.
the
If we're
fortune and
tempting
then
fate
roll
trying to
another.
fucking lawyer for all this shit.
I'm saying,
The
if
D&D
you
guys
fail
are
at
gonna be
this
like,
point,
fuck you, bro.
I mean, it was meant to be.
Yeah, that's telling the ultimate story at that point.
You failed. I'm done for the night. I'm calling it a night. Like I don't.
Well, this
Log it off right now.
Logs out here.
No, Dr. Marquis is calling. She's done. She's like, I'll
Race
find
quits.
another.
Almost.
With the +1. It's with the +1.
Nope, because you can't see the stars.
Oh, you can't see the stars.
But does his being inspired help?
Yeah, I was about. Hold on. Inspired is saving, right?
I mean, it's not a saving throw.
Oh,
I think they
Trigger
give inspiration
roll.
for defense and attack rolls, right?
Yeah, it's only for that.
that's what I
Damn.
had to remember.
I mean, you got to beat a 13. That's possible. Ooh, fuck.
Oh,
Not looking good, bro.
Here's that triple advantage coming in.
I swear.
We'll see you later, Kibo.
All right, there it is. Let's go.
Kibo's like,
All right, so you're scouring this room. You know what I'm saying? Like you're almost sweating a little bit. I know you don't sweat because you're a lizard, but like if you did sweat, you would be feeling like the beads of water like pouring up on your forehead, and you're completely quiet, right? And in that silence, you see the hilt of a sword without a blade. And everything in your mind tells you, like, this isn't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a whole sword. But it's like the hilt of the blade calls to you. It doesn't do it with words, but like you feel it. And you always hear your brother talk about these vibe checks. He says, "Oh, it's just a vibe. It's just something I can kind of feel." He's like, "I don't really understand how it works or why it works. It just does." And you kind of have the same thing, but like, you know, you feel it in the soles of your feet and in the palms of your hands. And when you connect with the sword, you feel a storied history of all the things that this hilt has been through. And the blade, you feel the sun. You feel the radiance of Sarenrae, the same radiance that you felt when you were on that roof and you saw the sun come down after you defeated that dragon. You feel it when you pick up this blade, and it feels just as heavy as a bastard sword would, even though you're only holding the hilt of the blade. And as you like hoist it, you like pick it up and you're holding it in your hands, like you see like these sparks of light like in the hilt of the blade where the blade would be, and something makes sense to you, but you don't understand why.
does this thing have a damn lightsaber?
exactly, bro. It's like it's a motherfucking lightsaber.
Fucking
It's the
go.
lightsaber of
As I-
Sarenrae.
As I'm holding it, I fuck up myself, and I'm like, Soleil's gonna fucking love this, and I take my.
So you don't
Soleil's like,
you don't have to stealth roll, like you're just gonna beeline back to the room, right? You still have enough movement to do it with 45 flying speed and all that,
and
because you
haste.
still have a fourth action, right?
He's fast as fuck,
Because
boy.
of the haste. So you definitely have enough energy to get back there. So you come flying back into the room, and as soon as you fly back in the room, Fistopheles like closes the door behind you, and he's like, "Were you seen?"
Of course not.
No.
You look at me. I'm built different, bro.
Were you seeing?
Who the fuck you think you're talking to?
I'm like, did you see anybody at the door?
You are quiet as a mouse. Well done, sir. As always.
Quiet as a mouse.
He
Shadow.
runs up to Soleil like a little kid in the candy shop. Brother,
Did you find it?
hold this. And as I bring you just the hilt, I'm like,
Soleil's
you
in her
would
child, like,
understand.
gimme.
Yeah. He accepts it. He's looking at it. I don't guess that like Sarenrae was like, yeah, it's gonna look like this, bro, right? Like she didn't give us super specific details, I guess, right?
She kind of gave you one of those like classic hero things, like when you see it, you'll know it.
Vibes, brother, vibes.
Proud of you, bro. He like puts his hand on your shoulder and he's just like, you get it now. You've ascended to brohood.
Staring brohood.
Yeah, exactly. The Saren Bros. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like looking at the sword, kind of twirling it around, getting a feel for it. Does it feel like the weight is like that there's a blade, or does it just feel as heavy as a sword would? You know what I'm saying? Like if you know how like the balance of a blade would be if the blade was there. Does it have that, or is it just as heavy as like a general sword?
It's just as heavy. Like it feels weighted as if there's a blade on it.
Interesting.
But it's not there.
And like I could put like my hand over the hilt, and like there's no.
And your hand moves through it smoothly, no issues, no problems.
So this is not a braille sword.
Yeah, it's not a braille sword. It's not an invisible blade or something.
Recharge.
Is there an on button? Is there an on switch?
Yeah, the new 2024 meme. Give it that hawk too.
Yeah, exactly.
Tune yourself to Shane Ray, you will understand.
Trying to, I'm RPing this shit.
I mean, how long has it been in here? How long has it been out of sunlight?
I don't know if it'll need sunlight.
Nature of this longsword is unclear.
It's just unusual.
Ileana would actually ask, may I please take a look at it?
Yes, of course.
And yeah, she would just kind of like, pull a look over it, do it, an Arcana check if that would discern anything. Is what she's trying to do.
You can try.
Can we do?
Can I assist with the crafting?
Yes, definitely.
What happens if you set Dawnblade next to it?
The answer is
Might as well just roll it yourself, bro.
Because that's a fantastic assist.
I just feel like Dr. Nakia is like looking, is like, while you're like Arcana. She's just not like.
You a master in that? You are a master. That's a +4 to your row.
Not a bad Arcana though.
+4, 37 to the art. We're combining.
With a 27, with a 33. Holy shit! So 37 roll.
38 if I casted guidance. I'll use my stress to do that.
Yeah,
All right, so you
Dr.
guys-
Nakia and Ileana are just kind of nerding out over this sword.
100%.
Now you
And,
see the power of Saren Ray. Pretty cool, huh?
As you guys are pouring over this blade and given like every bit of interest that you have to it, like you feel a warmth, you know what I'm saying, from the blade, like when you pat your little brother on the head and he's like, "Oh man, I love it." Like you're getting that from the blade, you know what I'm saying? Like
We're getting
as you're handling the blade, and
Get some good vibes, bro.
some Saren Ray
you're getting really good feelings from this blade, right? And Dr. Nakia with crafting assistance, like you can tell that the original blade that was attached to this hilt was made of crystal and unicorn horn. Something that very, very well holds and contains light. But you're looking like inside the hilt of the sword, and it looks as if someone purposely like broke it. Like it's broken at a strange angle.
Mhm.
Those motherfuckers.
Crystal and unicorn horn. Interesting. And then I look directly at Fistophilus. Do you know anything about this? Did he glitch on me?
Yeah, he froze up.
He said nope.
And Fistophilus was like, "This is a great treasure that you found."
Dr. Nakia, would it be possible to reforge this?
Oh, of course. If we had the appropriate materials and obviously a good forge, and I would assume with your magic or your divinity from these two, I believe that we could. It would take some time.
Seems well worth the effort. We should. Perhaps those ingredients may exist even here within the temple. It is worth more exploration once we have the chance. Perhaps
That
even
is true.
the other half of the sword may perhaps even the other part of the blade exists within the temple. It is worth it to at least explore.
Maybe it's in the crib.
So Levi, so like Dr. Nakia, she has like the Fey influence, like the Fey blood runs in her, and the Fey blood that runs in her is actually that of the unicorn. Is there possibility I could I guess to give this like sword power, could I give up my power and give up that connection to the Fae and give it to the sword? And like shit, this is running through her mind. Like, is it worth it? Should I give them this much power? Can it even be done? And like her mind is like going through like the mechanics of like how she would need to do it. She needs probably an assistant to help her even like pull the unicorn, like, because remember she hides her crystal from most people, but that's what it is. It's not only that, it's a gift from the unicorn and the Fae of her own like family. So it's like it's a part of her, and if she could do it, she could do it for this new family that she has now. Would that be possible?
It wouldn't be impossible.
It's like in her mind, she doesn't imagine seeing another unicorn, and the best thing that she can think of is like her own blood, which is that of the unicorn, and the crystal in her own that's embedded in her own thing, and she would basically need like to surgically remove and then put it into the sword to activate it with the power of love and friendship.
Is there, before we go sacrificing powers, is there like, could Soleil potentially try to attune to the sword and use it almost like, you know those fucking things where you find water with the fucking tuning fork or whatever, right? Could I do some shit like that to try to track down, like, potentially... In my head, the fucking Lich stole the shit for some stupid, evil, necromantic power bullshit, right? So, like... If I'm holding a sword and I'm like, oh, it's just up there in the fucking closet with the Lich, you know, then we just go, you know.
Yeah,
We're going,
that's all I was saying.
bang
We
for
should
Saren
Princess
Ray
Bride, but then where's your... Like, tell me where you're...
That's what I was saying. We should explore in case like the other half of the sword is here.
Yeah.
I was just trying to be fantastic.
No, for sure. Like if it's not here, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying, like
that's a cool idea.
As an
I was
option.
like, ooh, this would be kind of cool. Sacrifice. But no, you motherfuckers ruined it.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't want you to, like, you
We
know,
don't
completely
I didn't
sacrifice.
say it wasn't possible.
Yeah, I'm just saying that we should sacrifice that power unless, you know, we have to.
To gain something bigger, yeah, I would like he would definitely do that. But
I
yeah,
mean,
like
that's-
the tuning rod sounds kind of cool too.
They're both
I mean-
terrific ideas.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. It may not even work. I may not be able to find shit. So it's like,
All I know is we're not killing a unicorn. Sorry, guys. They're my favorite.
yeah, we're not Voldemorts.
Right.
I mean, stranger things have happened. But you guys have the help. And like I was saying, when you're holding on to it, like, it gives you very warm feelings. Like, you feel like there's a soul or a spirit attached to this item,
It's
and
sort of very good vibes.
it's happy to be held by you guys.
Does it?
It's happy to be with you.
Could I potentially make a check to see if I could use it as like a focus tool? In my head, I'm thinking like using my one of my focus spells, like the fire ray. Like if I were to essentially try to channel fire ray into the blade, does it like become a lightsaber or a flaming sword, or is it something like that, you know, or is it, you know, completely impossible with that?
Mars flaming sword.
Flaming sword sounds cool.
I like it.
I think you're along the right lines.
I mean, I'll go to where I'm not next to the homies and fucking, you know, attempt the
Have
spell
you
into
reintroduced
the
it back
blade.
to? Have you reintroduced it back to Dawnblade though?
No, I guess I didn't like hold them out like Barbies. I'm like, kiss.
Not like that, but aren't they like
Now
like,
kiss.
Yeah.
aren't they like sisters or something? The blades are like forged by the same. Don't they have a history?
Yeah, that they
You
were
are,
like.
you
sister
are onto
blades.
something, Kyle. You are very
They have
much
a
on
history.
Yeah. I mean, here. All right. Here's what I'll do. Should we go back to the library? That's probably.
Yeah, better
Are we
depending on
just
the
sitting at the
staircase.
fucking stairwell right now, or what's
I mean,
happening?
we're sitting in the stairwell doing this. Let's do
Can we,
it.
can
Back
we
to the
creep back
library.
up?
So you guys are gonna return back to the library.
I still want to know what's in here though. Dr. Nikia keeps talking about this area with all these piles of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
We'll definitely have to explore. Hold on, I want to try something. So I pull out Daybreak, and I pull out Sunblade. Do I know the fucking name of this sword? Did Sarenrae tell me? Does it have a name?
Wasn't it the Sun Sword?
I thought it was.
Yeah,
Sun-
I mean it's
the
like
Sun
Sun Sword, but like that's not.
It's not the same as
Sun
Daybreak.
Sword just seems like a, you know, like there's a bunch of Sun Swords, right? Like, like
I mean, there's only one sun, bro.
There's not the Sun Sword,
Only one
right?
Only one sun for us.
Yeah, that's right.
What's the galaxy?
The name of the blade is actually Shadow Shatter.
Brilliant. So I hold out Daybreak in my main hand, Shadow Shatter in my offhand, and I basically like go into my fighting stance, or what would be my fighting stance, and I try to channel my fire ray into Shadow Shatter and see if anything happens.
And with that, a light ignites at the tip of the hilt where that broken crystal is, and a blade of pure light starts to extend from the hilt of the sword
It's
about
a
to the length,
crystal.
about to the length of what would be a short sword.
We can go even further beyond, my friend.
Fuck yeah.
Kimo, how do I share items that I put in the chest?
Right click and configure it, and then just give us access. Which, where is it?
There's a chest that says the Sun Sword. There's other items in there that I don't want you guys to see yet, but there is an item, the Sun Sword, that should be in there.
Which chest?
It's the chest that says the Sun Sword.
I don't see it.
It's under the Bagman, but above Tough Basanti. In the
Are you in the journal?
page. Yeah, it's under summons, I think.
Oh,
Well,
you're
not
talking
under
about.
summons, but yeah.
I got you. Hold on. Under Bagman.
Under the Bagman, but above the Tough Basanti, there's the Sun Sword. And then inside that chest, there is an item that's called the Sun Sword. And that should be shareable, but I don't know how to do it.
It is considered loot. I gotcha. Configure. You want me to just give it to Travis?
Yeah, let Travis have that. So he can see everything that it's capable of.
Don't
And
look at
also, like,
all of
add
it,
it to his
Travis.
attack stuff.
Don't look at all of it.
Oh,
So it got
Don't look at all of it.
some spoilers.
Yeah. So there's that.
Everybody, don't look at all of that. There's spoilers. Ignore all that text.
I made this literally like 4 months ago at this point, so I haven't worked with it since.
4-month-old spoilers. They might not even be canon anymore.
Oh no.
Jeez, look at the price of that sword.
Dude, that's a spoiler. Stop looking at it.
The thief in the group to be like, wow, we could make a lot of money on that.
We should sell it.
This is literally Barovia's most prized artifact.
That's right, Sarah Ray.
It's like,
The Saren Bros coming through.
That's right.
how,
You
how much
traded
would
Daybreak
Ray
at all?
pay for this?
Oh God, all my gear's gone.
Does Soleil use Daybreak to help Prey at all, ever?
Not usually. No.
You don't like lay it out in front of you, or
I mean, he'll like
Yeah,
definitely
with
it's probably definitely nearby. Like typically his morning rituals would be to like use a whetstone to keep it sharp and oil it up, all that stuff to maintain like the quality of it.
you know, with a blade on?
But like when he's trying to commune with Saren Ray, it's not like part of that. Because for
I'm
him,
just
like
thinking-
talking to Saren Ray is like more of a joyful thing, and like Daybreak's kind of like a tool for conflict and trying
I
to
was just
stop
thinking if
conflict,
we
I
were on the
guess.
right track, like, what can we do to, like, I don't know, like Daybreak?
Levi, the best thing to do is to open it up and just drag and drop that item specifically into his thing.
Oh, okay.
So
Did that work?
Yeah, it worked perfectly.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm gonna have to
you
future reference.
Take any of its own.
I guess you don't need to give him like configuration of it. All you got to do is open up your thing, drag it into his character sheet, and Travis, yeah, I put all your stuff back.
Thank you, sir. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Maggie, that was such a sweet moment. I saw you reach back and grab Dennis's hand. And it was cute.
Oh,
Cutie patootie. Hero point for cuteness. For love.
You already got one for wearing glasses.
Oh,
I did.
yeah.
I'm good.
Oh, what was
Alright.
your idea?
I didn't know if you could use Daybreak and like, yeah, it's a weird way of saying it, but like introduce it to the Sun Sword and like the Sun Sword like recognize it and come back to strength without the crystal.
I guess, yeah,
Right now
Levi,
you
would
got
I
it
be
up
able
to
to
the
tell
short
if, like, this is, now that I've channeled sort of it awake, would I feel like has more potential? Is that even something like a vibe check that I could get to where it's like, this isn't even my full power?
Or is it maxed out at
Yeah,
Super
or
Saiyan
is it
2?
just like, this is who it is now?
For right now.
I mean, once you're attuned to it, there's more. But right now, like getting a hold of it and introducing it back to his sister is like the first step.
Hell yeah.
And like I said, like this is a sentient item. Like you feel feelings from it. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't speak and it can't talk, but like through your vibe checks, like you know how the sword is feeling.
So that Daybreak is, I would assume, is like that too, right?
Daybreak is not.
super jelly
Daybreak's
right now.
not like that.
It is not.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to talk to Sarah and Ray, bro. one of these days we're gonna have to catch up. Like, what is this? Because in
Do we
my
know
head
which
now I'm like,
sword
well,
was
shit.
made first? Was Shadow Shatter made first? Is that the older sword?
Right.
Or they
It
made
could
it at the
be.
time?
It could be
They are,
many
in fact,
things.
Twin blades.
We made it.
Oh, interesting.
Made it around the same time.
You want to know the difference between Daybreak and Sun Sword? One is silver, one ain't.
There's also that.
You can't put silver without a blade.
But guess what we can do until we completely change it with silver? Silver sheen, baby.
Just the hell.
Won't even need the silver daybreak. You'll find out. But
Yeah, that's probably true.
Shadow Shatter.
Vitality on it.
So, I think I'm slightly overwhelmed with joy from the sword coming to life and kind of achieving something that we've been wanting to do for... We've probably been here like 7 months, right?
Yeah, I think.
I think it's been like something crazy.
Not included our time in the first world.
Yeah, true. I think that was only like a couple of weeks, right? Something like that. But anyway, I will like from the joy of that. I think Soleil would like do his fucking fire wings just like fly around. It's just like woo!
Be careful with the fire in the library. What is wrong with you?
Like, he's just fucking like flying in a
He's buzzing
circle.
the tower.
Like meow.
Remember, there are undead things down there that are sleeping.
Just sending Ileana into an absolute conniption.
He's too overcome with joy at like fuck yeah, like this is in
That's
his
awesome.
mind he's like we're invincible. Like he's like we've done it, we've won, we could go, let's just get the fucking lich now.
And you see Masquerade looking up. The sword, Sarenrae. There is nothing more beautiful.
Hell yeah,
I
man.
mean, Masquerade could join him, right? You still have fly. That's good for an hour.
Yeah,
Like a
I'll go
flying
there,
lariat,
fly
bro.
around.
Oh, we're
very,
doing
a very nice level.
Yeah, we got B and A up there.
Yeah, there's like a burst of sunlight that just go.
We got that fucking Gandalf dragon firework.
The solar flare lariat. Wow.
Hell yeah.
It's a very beautiful moment between the two of you, right?
And Lich comes out like, shut the fuck up.
How's all this damn noise out here?
I'm over here trying to.
No. Kay's back. You were gone for a second,
Alright.
Levi. You went robotic.
Here we go.
Oh.
Oh god.
So as you guys are flying around and everything, and Stopheles has like this dire look on his face, and he's like, "That I isn't meant to leave this temple."
I mean, it's certainly going to.
I think it wants to. Have you asked it?
When he said, actually, this thing is sentient, and I'm guessing I feel feelings, right? That was sort of what was stated. When it said, when he says that thing is not meant to leave the temple, do I get a sense from Shadow Shatter that's like, yeah, you got to keep me here, or is it like, nah, fuck that, I'm out this bitch?
Oh yeah, you get like this overwhelming feeling exuberance from Shadow Shatter, and then as soon as he sees, like, as soon as there's like the dire face on Stopheles, and he says this item's not meant to leave here, you feel that feeling kind of like sink. You know what I'm saying?
Like it
Inside
had
of,
hope and
Shadow
it lost that
Shatter.
hope?
Yeah,
Okay.
and like it's that feeling like when you first let your dog out of his kennel and it wants to run outside, but like you stop short of the door and it looks at you like, why aren't we going outside? It's like one of those type moments.
Just absolute betrayal.
I'll try to like I guess do I know that its name is Shadow Shatter? Like is that something that came to me, or are we just
It came to you as soon as you exited the blade.
I would just like look down at it and say, "Don't worry, Shadow Shatter. You're leaving with me. We're getting you out of here."
And it's still that returning like feeling of hope.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you pick up your dog's leash by accident and you're like, oh shit, we're going for a walk. Like it's like there, you know.
100%
energy, that's
Shadow
great.
Shatter's coming with me. I don't give a shit about fucking Eyes of Nethys over here, bro. I don't serve this dude. Well,
And he looks at the group of you all standing here, and he's like, "Is this what you came here for?"
partially.
It is indeed.
And your death. Ah, do, 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 do.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this was why we were here, yes, but I
We should just
feel
go
also
home.
as if I need to rid this place of the Lich. You got a problem with
You are-
that?
And Ileana would ask, like, you are set upon this task?
Yes.
talking like kids with Liliana, like, I thought you said as long as people aren't creating the undead. You didn't see the Lich be created.
I mean,
I mean,
that,
she
was with this motherfucker.
Ah,
Like, she understands, like, that, like, it's like Soleil's calling. Like, she understands, like, that's what he would want to do.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I guess even just from her perspective, she still is just like she did not is not as gung ho obviously about like necromancy or liches. She's definitely like a live and let live.
Yeah.
So she's just kind of like, I'll join you, but if we do not, if the lich has not been the aggressor in this situation, I'm fine to leave it as is.
Live and let unlive.
Let me
And let unlive.
let me explain it like this, I guess, Ileana. Leaving this Lich here would be like telling you to abandon learning.
Which he already has.
I mean, not really. He has not taken the cheating way of gaining knowledge. There's a completely thing from saying like, I'm going to have the burden and do the work to learn versus just accumulating it all for, free. Like the path of knowledge and learning is still, I mean, Ileana hasn't like forsaken that.
Yeah, I get what he's saying. Like, it's she's not abandoned the pursuit of knowledge.
Right,
And
100%.
he's equating it to that. Like, if you just gave up learning anything,
Like to Soleil,
is how
in
she's-
his mind, he's trying to explain it to you. Like the core of Ileana to him is like her pursuit of knowledge.
right. No, I mean that's a good analogy. She would get, again, like she understands where he's coming from. She was just kind of like,
And Soleil, like, in 100%, I'll RP this out. Like, guys, I get that this puts us in a rough spot, and I can't ask you to do this against your will unless there's some sort of divine intervention from Saren Ray and she tells me not to do this and to leave this Lich here. There's no way that I can just leave things as they are.
I understand. I will not leave you to such a tough task alone. I will join you in this endeavor.
my question for you is, doing my studies with Masquerade with Serenray, isn't it? It's something that I would not assume Serenray would have a problem with if it's already there. Like, create you as a warrior of her light. It is an anathema to create undead or to create of something of that nature. But if it is a cause of what is already here, shouldn't the main thing we worry about be the cause? And the cause is the land, and the land is Strahd. Is it not?
I mean, I don't believe that if we kill Strahd, the Lich also gets destroyed. I mean, as her chosen warrior, it's kind of on me to do this sort of thing.
That is
And if
the
I-
oath that you chose, was to slay undead.
I mean, it's, yeah, one of.
And if I may at least add on to his point, a lich itself would be one who creates undead by, I would say, almost definition. Itself created itself an undead creature if we are to, I suppose, get into semantics of things.
Understandable. I was under the notion that you, as a follower of Sarenrae, could not create.
Also that.
I didn't know that if another did it, it was
I mean,
something
there's a slight gray area, like as he points at Foxman, but a lich, which is one of the highest levels of undeath, especially a lich that resides within a temple, I can't abide that.
I was just asking questions.
No, 100% no offense taken or any of that. Just it's my duty.
If it is your duty, I am with you, my friend. I am pretty much loaded to deal with undead and I have other weapons that we could use.
And I would need you there, and I would 100% appreciate your help in this matter for sure. And as I said, I understand that this is not something that all of us feel inclined to do or even have the confidence to do, but I mean,
if you feel as though we are equipped to handle it now that you have received a boon from the sun,
I was just gonna
who
say
am I?
I may have some bullshit confidence, but I'm feeling pretty invincible right now.
Well, then
I
think
still
it would
get
be the
smacked
best
pretty
time
fucking
to-
hard, let me tell you. Even though I can hit harder.
Time to rest then, so that Ileana can prepare spells best equipped for such things, and I can also prepare different alchemical items that can be used against undead and ghosts and things of that nature.
I agree. I would give me a chance to better attune with Shadow Shatter and praise Sarenrae.
Brace
This
down?
library doesn't have like just some random silver candlesticks or anything that we could like
Silver candelabra.
It does not.
sleep with like some candlesticks or something.
Hey, Pistopheles, can you create silver?
So, again, Fistopheles, after making that very, I want you guys to hatch out that conversation. Not doing that,
Sure.
but Fistopheles is going to the dimension door out of here.
He's gonna what?
He's going to Dimension Door. Is he going to attempt
he's-
to Dimension Door? Or did he already do it?
I mean, unless somebody can stop him from casting it, I don't know.
Is it something where we can attempt to roll initiative and see if he's just faster than us, or are we
Do we
potentially
want to
RPing
stop
that
him?
we could stop him?
Because as far
Probably.
as far as like Ileana's concerned, there's nothing else to really get for this guy. Like,
I'd be more worried that he's going to become a problem.
Well,
'cause
now
he doesn't
that
want us to take this
now that
forward.
he's
Sure.
he literally asked us something, we told him something. He's like, "All right, bet." Poof, gone. That to me is like he's like, "All right, I'm gonna fuck y'all up now because it shouldn't leave, and you just said you're gonna take it. So like, fuck you. You're now." I was already aggro, but now it was sort of neutral, and now I'm gonna go full aggro again, right? Like,
right.
for all we know, he's gonna fucking open the door downstairs and say, "Go get them, boys."
Go nuts.
You know, like.
No, that is totally fair.
I think we should try to stop him if we can, but otherwise,
The guy that
if this
could stop him
motherfucker
is
poofs and
gone.
gons, I'm almost like not comfortable resting anymore.
Yeah, I mean, again, Illy's. I don't know if I would say we good enough to take on a lich, maybe.
I mean, it's
she's
like
got,
either we
she's got
take
spells
it.
of every level still, so like
It's either we
she's still
take
good to
it
go.
on now,
Well,
or we
this is just him
potentially
making
have
the spell.
curse bullshit, plus this guy running amok doing who the fuck knows what,
Right.
and like he dimension doors in with some goons on top of us while we're sleeping. Like,
No, totally.
Ooh,
I mean, Illy's got nothing to stop him though.
Levi, you want like initiative, because just like I said, this is 2 actions to bring the door up. He still has to run inside.
If Masquerade just tackles him,
I don't think he would have to run inside because the text says you instantly transport yourself any items you're wearing.
Yeah, the 2 actions.
Yeah.
It just happens.
Holy shit. Well, even if we try and tackle him, it doesn't do anything.
Masquerade goes with him.
No, but
'Cause now
like
he's wearing him.
Because that's what I was talking about earlier. Teleportation's like, even if you're grappled, you can still get the hell out.
sure, but if we roll initiative, I'm faster. I can position myself next to him. He tries to cast a spell. I can attack for opportunity.
You have to crit to make him stop.
It could happen.
It could.
It's not impossible.
No, it is not.
It's
but
not
we ain't
impossible.
got
It's
hero
not like
points.
me rolling 7 critical failures last week. Maybe I'm due, bro.
There goes
Well-
that overconfidence again.
Hey, man. I'm invisible right
If-
now.
If you guys want to roll the initiative for it, we'll roll the initiative.
I would like to
but we
just
only
to
have
see
4
how it works
minutes,
out.
So, we'll patch that out next week.
Yeah, I feel like I wouldn't.
I don't end the last encounter.
I mean, I beat him in initiative last time, so it's not impossible to do that either.
Well, I agree with you.
There we go. We got a new roll up.
I just don't
Roll
have
on.
anything to help you. I guess that's my thing.
Second for Staffa, bitch.
We got 2 people actually beat him. Lucia actually beat him too.
And I think just within the fiction, I don't think Ileana would have even been trying to. Like, she just wouldn't even have thought to even try to stop him.
Yeah, like he is just like, whatever.
Yeah, the dice tell that story. She just,
I feel like
she just
with
won.
Ileana's like conversations earlier, it's just like, you're right, I don't care anymore. We have
Yeah,
this story.
the dice tell that story. She was just not even
Yeah.
prepared to do anything. She rolled super low.
And yeah, Levi, I would just like, for me, I don't think it makes a complete sense fictionally that I would get an entire turn order knowing he's about to do this, but I would at least try to position myself to try to get that attack of opportunity as he does it.
I don't have any problems with that at all.
Cool.
Like, maybe you just kind of like you're just coming down now from your joy flight, and he just happens to pop it at that same moment.
Well, because I think I probably landed, and he was like, that shit ain't leaving. I'm like, yeah, it is. He's like, all right, bet, I'm out. And I'm like, wait a minute. No, you're not.
Yeah, so that's really, one of the reasons why he's here is to make sure that that item doesn't leave the temple. So when you guys got a hold of it, and remember when you first walked in the temple, he was asking you, like, why are you here? What are you here
Yeah.
for?
Okay. Do you,
So, if that was stated from the jump, he would have already been on the aggressive. Like, that was the key to push him forward. So
interesting. Do you just want me to try to
I'm
make the
surprised
attack
that
of
he's not
opportunity
attacking
now,
him.
like he is already doing the dimension door? We'll just see what happens, or
it's already been stated that he's going to give it a go. So
okay.
if you got the opportunity attack,
Yep. I'm gonna.
you're muted
You
again,
know what?
CJ.
I'm actually going to attack with Shadow Shatter instead of Daybreak, because in my lore, in my fiction, I feel like I want to give Shadow Shatter the opportunity to fight its way out, I guess, be a part of this. So I would have done that instead of Daybreak. Anyway, I still need a crit, not a crit. Although I guess I get plus 10 crits,
That's a
but
big number.
That is a big
is it.
number.
I forgot that you can have the plus 10 crit, not the 20 crits. I was like, nah, I probably won't get that.
You mean you didn't stand here
I might have.
with Masquerade?
You both landed at the same time on either
both
side,
landed.
right?
buddy.
At the same time.
I definitely might have. I just gotta move myself there, but I don't know. If it would have crit with a flank, then D100.
It wouldn't have
Okay.
with the flank.
Copy that. Then I'll just I'll slice him up a little bit, and he'll be on his merry way. There you go. Eat that, you son of a bitch. Get out of here.
Well, Lucy's still gonna attack too. I think he has an opportunity to.
I don't have an actual attack of opportunity though.
She's not built like
She's
that,
not
bro.
that type of barbarian. Not yet,
Not
right? Yeah.
Not that kind of orc.
That's right.
Maysair does have an attack of opportunity.
Oh, there you go.
He also rolled a 31, but he's a player. I'll give him first go. Calvin, you're still muted.
This fucking guy.
Been talking this whole time. I'm like, fuck y'all.
Oh, we saw.
I tried to tell you like 3 times.
Did you? I didn't hear anything. Alright, but I'm gonna try to punch this guy.
Punch him real good.
Or not really punch him. I'm gonna try to bite him.
Damn.
That's a hit.
He has a taste of him. We can track him now.
If only. That'd be such a cool feature.
He's actually a shinobi lizard.
Ooh, crit fail. Stunning fist.
Pa, pa, pa.
Was an attack of opportunity, so I can't do stunning strike on him,
Lame.
fortunately.
Don't you have a feat for that, bro?
Yeah, man, that hurts my heart.
What do you mean?
I always forget, man. Like, I always think like that's just a part of the hit. Keep forgetting, like you actually gotta say I'm gonna do it.
Isn't
All
it
right,
just...
so-
It's part of flurry of blows.
Yeah.
With that, he would have dimension doored.
He is gone.
That son of a bitch. Ileana, how far
So
could he have
we-
gone? Let's chase him into the night.
Yeah, she just like is wide eyed at this like explosion of violence that happened all of a sudden. Like, whoa, like what's wrong with you guys? Why did you? I do not know. He could have traveled up to a mile. Honestly, you could be anywhere. Quite frankly.
Your question as to why, vibes, bro, just vibes. they change like
Vibe
that.
changed.
His questioning on Shadow Shatter, and once he got his response, the vibe was different. I believe we have become his enemy.
I will trust your judgment, both of your judgment on that one.
I would
We should
also,
at least.
I don't think resting is in the cards anymore.
No, I am in agreement. We should press forward if we are to rest easy.
And we can get the hell out of this temple, hopefully with it purified.
Are we gonna be able to get out of here? Cause he's been opening the door.
Yeah,
We
I was
know-
thinking of
we-
that.
It's almost like those were questions that I asked about. But
Well,
people said,
It's,
don't worry about it. We'll
it's
do
fine.
it later.
Yeah.
That's a problem for future.
Shadow Shatter is gonna shatter the fucking wall, bro.
I was going to say, I'm just going to plant bombs and we're just going to walk out
we'll
of
figure
here.
it out. That's
Yeah, I
next
don't want too
week's
concerned
problem.
about it. There's a way out.
I know, there's always a way. It's going to get real
There's a
loud.
will, there's a way.
It's just what's it gonna cost us, you know? Our
Right.
souls, maybe.
Well, there seems.
Well,
as
there's
though
still
there's
definitely one way you
fish.
can get the information you need.
Exactly. There's at least that way.
Ileana.
Open it up. that
No
door.
means no, Levi.
Do we want to bravely march into that closet as we fade to black for the week, or
After we rest, yes.
We're not
rest-
No, we weren't
I'm
resting.
not resting?
Oh, we're going straight in. We're going balls deep right now.
We ain't
Sure.
resting, boss.
Just because we think Foxy Boy is gonna come
No,
back
100%.
with friends.
He's gonna come in and drop a fireball in our heads as we sleep or some shit. Like,
Before we bop, do we want to dispel magic on that treasure chest that's hanging above first?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
All right. Levi,
I'm ready to stab
uh,
the boogeyman as he falls out of the chest.
leaving it up to you. Do I need to be in the room to do that?
Yeah, you'd have to be. The
Gotcha.
spell magic is what, 30-foot range?
Yeah, I believe so. 120 feet. But you do need line of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will attempt to dispel magic on it.
On the chest that's on the ceiling?
Correct. Let's see. Depending on the spell of it, on the level of it. God, I always forget how this shit works.
Oh. So the spell magic, it goes against. So what's the level of the
Of the magic itself, like the spell
of the
level.
magic itself? That's the treasure chest, Levi.
Just a moment.
Because it depends. So what level are you doing your dispel magic?
It is, I believe it was second level. Let me double check because I just spent it.
So
It might have been third, actually. Yeah, it was third level.
so if it's fourth, fifth, sixth, if it's a seventh level spell, you can't even attempt it. It would just
Yeah, fizzle.
it would fizzle out. You would need a crit for anything 3 levels or above you. Anything 1 level above you, you can get a success on. But it's against the DC of the level of the magic.
And it is a level 2 spell. What is Arcane Lock in Pathfinder?
Arcane Lock?
I don't know. I think
I don't actually know
I
that
believe
either.
it's I believe it's level 1 or level 2.
Yeah, if it's lock, then it's just 1.
yeah, spell level 1.
You can heighten
So-
it to 2.
Yeah. Yeah, you can head up to second level.
I guess with that, interestingly enough, all you need to do is roll, and as long as you don't crit fail, even if you fail because your spell is higher, it will dispel the magic.
I see.
So you would still, regardless, you would roll for it.
26.
Make sure that you don't crit fail, and then you're good to go.
She rolled a 26.
If it's based off of a first level spell, then that you'd be fine unless Levi increased the magic level for it.
Right.
No, I didn't. So if this is a
Strahd
first level
did.
spell and you unlock the lock, right?
hmm
The lid to the chest opens and a pile of sovereign glue falls out of the chest and onto you. The floor then disintegrates and you fall 30 feet to the floor beneath you.
Solvent
And now we
glue, is that
fade
what
to
came out?
black.
Could I attempt
so
to like grab Ileana as she's like falling?
Remember, she can arrest the fall, so she can do a reflex save.
She's just casting Feather Fall on herself.
I mean, I'm not exactly there, but I did say I was there to
Be
attack the
under the
boogeyman
effects
falling out of the
of-
chest.
What's called sovereign glue. And
Yeah, DC for the spell level or first level is a 15. So yeah, you did really well. You crit succeeded. Sovereign glue, you said?
yeah, it's an item in Dungeons and Dragons 5e.
Dear Lord.
And my and just for sake of argument, my impression was the chest was over here. Was it? I didn't think I was standing right underneath it.
The chest is actually right here. I think I described that 2 weeks ago, and it's been a while. But
Okay, fair enough. I won't take it back. So she's doing what she's doing.
okay,
You can still arrest the fall if you want
There's-
to
There's some
before
interesting.
you cast your spell.
I guess I'd ask Levi, like, what's the intention? Because there's some interesting, like the last part of this is like, sovereign glue can only affect creatures if they are willing, and its bond can be harmlessly broken, but I'm assuming that's not the purpose of this. I'm assuming the purpose of this is to...
Yeah,
like,
the purpose of the trap is to trap someone.
Right. That
So
DC 50
how it
athletics
works in
check,
Curse
though.
how it works in Curse of Strahd, the glue falls on you, you're stuck to the floor disintegrates, you fall 30 feet into the next room.
Okay. So then I guess the purpose is to make the person get glued to the floor and then take the falling damage, yeah?
And then they're also glued to the floor where all the amber golems and everybody else are. Like,
So it goes downstairs. It's not just
Yeah.
isolated here, it goes down to the next floor. Okay.
that was
Okay.
Sweet. I like it. I like where your head's at.
unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, she would use Featherfall as a
Is
reaction.
Featherfall a somatic spell?
Let me see.
Because remember, you're covered in goo.
No, it does not look like it.
Just share
No.
it. And
Yeah, it doesn't have any components. You can
All
just
right,
do
we'll
it.
save you the fall damage.
Copy that. And then she will kind of look up. You said it was 30 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and to get out of it,
So,
requires a DC
Ileana-
50.
Oh, I guess manipulate would be the somatic part. Because they definitely took out the like the material components and stuff in the remastered versions. Or at least the two, from what I heard.
There's still some on my other spells.
From what I was told is like in the news with the new stuff, they're trying to take away the component aspect of the spells because they're just assuming that like it's
You
always
have it.
part of it, yeah. Because they
Okay.
don't
If-
want people to be bogged down in the game and stuff with stuff like that.
If that's the intention, then let's roll it as that. Then Levi, if the intention is that it should have those components or that kind of
Okay.
movement.
I'm not really sweating the 30 damage because
Sure.
you guys healed
15.
30 damage
It would be
on
15.
one level one spell of 15 damage. So
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to be
That's
fair
not-
about it.
that's- yeah, that's not the thing I'm worried about. I'm worried about when you fall in the next room and the initiative starts for the guys that are coming in here to pound you to dirt.
Sure.
Found them in the dirt.
Yeah, that's a problem.
it's all good, bro. I can fly.
Like we're coming to hurt you.
And so she can't. So she can't cast any spells while she's glued. Is that the implication?
Yeah,
there?
that's the intent, basically.
Yeah, and I have no idea how the fuck we unglue Ileana. Like, just from
Ah,
reading the
baby.
glue, it's like nothing. It's like the only thing you could do is break it with DC 50 athletics, and that's like, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that's virtually impossible.
Yeah.
Even with
I didn't know the solvent
Yeah,
glue
so
was
it's
this
like-
bad in
I would-
Pathfinder.
I guess I would say, Levi, yeah, like, if we could tweak it to what the intention of, like, the origin is, then
Yeah, the DC
something.
is supposed to be, character
more
level,
manageable, like
appropriate. Yeah.
okay. So the intent is not to be you're fucked completely. The intent is like
No, not at
you
all.
fell into a trap and it fucks you a little bit. Cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll roll that athletics to just try, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
The 50 ain't it, but yeah, I think it's closer to a 30 for you guys.
For
It
sure.
would be not impossible, but difficult.
because it says here, sovereign glue can affect creatures only if they are willing.
Right. That's what I asked earlier, and it was like the intent was that it was supposed to be a trap, not like how Pathfinder has it written up.
Oh, I guess it would be, what's that one spell where it's like Tanglefoot or something like that, like a higher version of that kind of thing?
Yeah, there might be like web even or something that could be easier
I got
to
you.
decipher this for.
You want like a high level spell, web, Levi, or something?
Yeah, what would the DC be for a high level web?
Or like a indicator
A
for
level-
that?
It would be
appropriate
like
web.
spell DC, so if like
So yeah, web at second level, reflex DC. Yeah, it's a second level spell. Fourth level heighten is a 20-foot burst. So fourth level spell DC.
So it's like against your spell save DC. So if you could find either who would have cast it and what their spell DC is, you could use that. Ileana's is 27, so like a 30-ish, like you said, is probably reasonable.
Also, then like best thing to do is just like base it off of your lich. Like your lich, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure. is a high
probably either
level.
it's the Lich or
Yeah,
the Foxman
it's
is
the
what I'm
Lich is-
guessing did that.
It's a 36.
Well,
There you go.
that's good. That's a good DC. Depending on like how you would want to do it.
It's better than 50.
It's a lot better than 50.
Yeah, it's better than
Well,
fucking 50.
For 36,
I'm
you crit
settled.
failed.
I'm settled with like a 30.
30.
I'm settled with like a 30.
So I'm gonna use my hero point, my first hero point to re-roll. And then I'll use my second one to do a fortune roll.
There you go. Regardless, we have the blade that cuts everything.
Maybe.
Woo!
We haven't
And
tested
you
if
guys-
it cuts everything.
Because I've
She got the 34.
Yeah.
Ah.
Do you
And I
like?
was worried about a door.
Do you bust out of it? Like so?
Made one.
You tried to muscle out of it in my head canon originally, but like the second effort was that like your fucking like your orb of shielding shit, like your power, your magic pushes it off.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, like at first she was trying to get it off, and then she's like, "What am I doing? I'm a wizard." And then just,
I'm a wizard.
you know, just whoosh.
Hell yeah.
Wizard Illy.
It's like that first level of initial panic, like, oh shit, I'm covered
Yeah,
in glue.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah. Then she kind of gets back into her right headspace. And then are we still using like actions at this moment, or are we still kind of freeforming it?
at this point, it could be a new initiative for you on this page.
Copy that.
I didn't hear that.
I heard I would need to be an initiative.
Okay.
Considering that the denizens of the Amber Temple would have heard your question.
Oh shit, that was still on. Let's see. You can knock 3 off of mine, because I didn't mean to roll diplomacy. I guess it'll keep her at top still, so she's good to go.
Are we doing a new initiative, or are we doing the one that we just did for the Phistophilis shit?
So many dice.
This one is for the new initiative because the Phistophiles, I didn't watch you guys on the initiative order for that one when you went down for the room the second time. All right, I think we'll settle with this. It's already 10:19. I know Chemo's on crunch time.
Which it only lasts for 1 more week, just so y'all know.
For sure. I mean, I can let you know. I can let you know what happens very easily. She just casts fly on herself and flies back up. You got some real wizard shit.
And then we funnel them through the hole, right?
I mean,
Lead
they
them-
would
lead them
have
to
to
the hole
get
and-
up here, you know?
What's that?
I guess the flame skulls could probably fly, but like the statues, I'm not guessing are going to be able to get up from this. Although we just found our
Who
exit,
knows?
so that's pretty cool.
That's what I was gonna say. The good news is you guys found an exit.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and I was worried about a door.
Thanks,
Silly me.
Lich.
See me swinging that trap. actually was a good thing.
Big brain
was
play.
Totally on purpose.
That's funny.
Cool.
Hell yeah. Awesome session, man.
Yeah. That was sick.
You guys got a lot done this.
Irritates the piss out of me.
What's that?
Irritates the piss out. You know who it reminds me of? He reminds me of those two doors from what's that? The Labyrinth. Where they're like,
Yes.
I'm a liar, or he's like, one's
Yes.
telling the truth, one's
One of
lying.
us tells the truth, and one of us always lies.
That's what pisses me off. I'm like, ugh.
Fuck that guy.
I love the barbarian joint on like TikTok, where he's like, how do we get through this door? And like, there's two guards standing in front of it, and one's like, I only tell the truth, and the other one's like, I only tell lies. So then the barbarian just chopped one of the dudes in half. He's like, is he dead? And he was like, no. No.
This one lies.
Yep, there we go.
Oh man.
Easy peasy.
Sometimes violence works. But all right, y'all.
Fucking barbarian.
Didn't
Have a good night.
Have a good night,
Good
sir.
night, y'all.
Have a good night.
All right. I look forward to next week because we're back into combat shit. This was a lot of RP stuff. I mean, good RP stuff. Don't
For
get
sure.
me wrong.
I
but
found it fun. Yeah, I thought it was good.
nobody dies in RP.